Before we get into the video, I wanted to let you guys know this weekend at 1 PST over my Twitch, we're going to be giving away some Crown Zenith packs. We're going to be busting open a whole bunch of Crown Zenith packs ourselves, trying to get some of those crazy arts. And we're also going to be playing with some busted decks. I'll have my Twitch linked in the description down below, and I'll post-production Michael will have it on screen now. Post-production Michael, do that. I would love to see you guys over there this weekend. It's going to be a ton of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's get into it. Yo, what is going on, guys? Today, we are back with some Crown Zenith decks, and today we're playing with the Radiant Eternatus. Now, this card is so cool. It has the ability Climactic Gate that allows you to search your deck for any 2 VMAX Pokemon and put them right on your bench, just breaking the rules. You don't have to evolve, none of that shenanigans. You don't have to bench a V Pokemon down for it to get gusted up and knocked out. You just slap the 2 VMAX down and you're ready to go. It is so cool, and there are lots of fantastic VMAXs that like to take advantage of an ability like this. Now, the ones I'm choosing to play today is Duraludon. I'm also choosing to play Flying Pikachu as well as the Espeon VMAX. Now, depending on the matchup, the reason we play this deck is it's kind of like a Toolbox counter the meta style deck. If you're playing against Reggie's, Lost Box, or Palkia maybe, you can slap down Flying Pika because not only does it hit Palkia for weakness, it prevents all damage in this Pokemon by basic Pokemon. So really cool that you can do well into those matchups. Duraludon is here, of course, for Lugia as well as Mew because its ability to prevent all damage done to it by Pokemon with special energy. And then Espeon VMAX can come in clutch because it can do a lot of damage if your opponent puts a lot of energy in play with Max Mindstorm. I do play one Psychic Energy in the list, just in case we need to pull off an Espeon VMAX. And the Solar Revelation attack prevents all effects of attacks. Really solid. It prevents attacks that paralyze, it prevents poison as an effect of an attack. I mean, it's really solid. It prevents amazing destruction from the Yveltal. So, really solid overall card in the list. Now, how are we powering all these Pokemon up? We're playing Comfey, the Lost Zone engine, in combination with Mirage Gates. Once we get 7 cards into the Lost Zone, Mirage Gate allows us to accelerate energy from our deck directly onto our Pokemon, whichever one we choose, which is why we play a variety of energy, and get those powered up and ready to go. Now, arguably the most important Pokemon in this deck is Oranguru. Oranguru's Primate Wisdom allows you to put a card from your hand on top of your deck. I'm sure we all know this by now. But what's really nice is oftentimes I draw into my VMAX that I need to put on my bench, and Oranguru can put it right back into my deck so that Radiant Etern can bench 2 of them as opposed to 1. So Oranguru is really clutch in this deck for sure. Now, when moving on to the traders, you got your typical Lost Box cards, Battle VIP Pass, Escape Ropes, Scoop Up Net, Switches, all that stuff so we can consistently and constantly use our Comfey's Flower selection ability to put cards in the Lost Zone. For Mirage Gates, the Heavy Ball is there in case we prize the Radiant Etern, since our entire strategy revolves around Radiant Etern. Now, I have considered, and my initial build of the deck had 2 Heavy Balls since the deck was so reliant on Radiant Etern, but I ended up cutting it and just saying, you know what? Radiant Etern is going to show up for work. It's there every time. And the few times that it has been prized, the 1 Heavy Ball, I've been able to find sooner rather than later. I also played 2 Gears in the list. I really like the Gears as just an additional way to dig for Colress, because if you whiff Colress on your first turn of the game, it puts you really far behind, quite frankly. So I really like the Gears in this list, just a little extra consistency. For our stadiums, I'm playing 2 Temple, 1 Training Court, just so that we can get our energy back. And Temple is pretty solid against a lot of the decks in the meta, and it doesn't affect us whatsoever since we only play basic energy. Now, I also have 2 Council Boss's Orders. I've really considered upping this to at least 3, quite frankly, but this deck can be kind of tight on space. So I found 2 to be fine, and I just you have to grab it a lot of times off the Comfeys or Colresses. But for Colress, run Raihan. The Raihan has come in clutch for me so many times. It's essentially an extra energy because we can run a little dry on energy sometimes. It can be a bit sketchy. But Raihan is really good. It allows us to pick and hand pick whatever card we also want from our deck. Then we have 2 air balloons, 1 parasol, just as extra insurance policy if we can't get the Espeon in play. The big parasol is very nice. 1 Forest Seal Stone, extra consistency, and consistency is king. And then we have a whole bunch of different kinds of energy to allow us to power up our different attackers with Mirage Gate. So this is the list. I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. I'm not saying it's like top tier, super amazing, incredible, but it really is fun. And if you hit the right matchups, whew, you are just set for success. Let's get into it. That's kind of the name of the game with this deck. You just put out something that hopefully your opponents can't deal with, and then just play the long game. I mean, a solid going second hand for sure. I mean, we've got a Colress already. We have Flower Selection ready to go. Like, definitely not too terrible. Let's see what we are playing against as well. Mew Aerodactyl. Interesting. All right, I actually saw this deck played at San Diego Regionals. One of my opponents was actually playing this version of the deck as a kind of hard counter to Lugia, I suppose. We get a quick ball off the top as well, so I mean, in theory, this matchup is pretty solid for us. I mean, hopefully we can get out double Duraludon and then kind of just win. That's the strategy. Our opponent has the Aerodactyl ready to discard. I believe this version of the build only plays double turbos, so let's see if we can make this work. I think we're in a solid spot, especially since this is the double turbo build and not the Meloetta build. So we'll only have to go through 2 Mew VMAXs, theoretically. 4 Seal Stone. Ooh, he's going to rip the Battle VIP Pass immediately off that 4 Seal Stone. Definitely not too shabby. I mean, we definitely have access to a lot of cards this turn. I mean, assuming that our Radiant Eternatus isn't prized. But we can always quick ball away the Espeon, especially since we don't plan on using that in this matchup whatsoever. And we can use that as our initial deck search to see what we really need going into our first turn. Yo, dude, chill, Boro guy. All of the Mews. I guess he plans on using Psychic Leap. Now, one thing that can be kind of scary about this matchup specifically, even though they only play Special Energy, this deck does play Path to the Peak, so it can shut off our Duraludon. So we just kind of gotta hope he doesn't have it when he needs it, honestly. We top deck Energy. I'm gonna start off with a quick ball and see what's in our deck. E-Turn is here. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna grab the E-Turn immediately. I'm gonna start off with a Colress's Experiment. We find Battle VIP Pass, Mirage Gate. Ooh. I don't like getting rid of one of our few bosses' orders, but the Colress's Experiment is just... I also don't... You know what? I misplayed by not checking to see if my second Duraludon was in the deck. Because I have 3 Duraludons, actually. This is a bit interesting. I'm gonna gamble, as crazy as that sounds, and say that my 2 Duras are in the deck. Oh my god, thank heavens. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm playing a risky game here, guys. Grab another Mirage Gate. I mean, those are fantastic cards to throw into the Lost Zone. I can just attach and manually retreat. And we can go into our next Comfey, get another Flower Selection going. Hisuian Heavy Ball, we don't really need it, so I prefer to just grab the energy here. I mean, how many does that put us up to in our opening turn? 4. I mean, definitely not terrible. I can always Pokégear to grab a Colress, but I think I'm just going to hold the hand for now. And then we're going to Radiant Eternatus and put 2 Duraludon VMAXs in play. Alright, never punished, right? Never punished! Woo! We can always hope that our opponent doesn't have just like Path Boss ready to go. That would be really unfortunate. Now, we know our opponent probably, their hand is either solid or bad, because I believe they only used 1 Genesect, correct? I mean, they also didn't bench another Pokemon, so maybe they're hitting a little bit of a brick, and there's a Power Tablet down, Choice Belt as well. Choice Belt on the active? Yo, you're a mad lad. I guess maybe he wants Big Charm on his benched Mew VMAX. I mean, I would still have put that on there. the choice belt here, because I mean either way he needs a switch. He needs switch or double turbo. But if he uses a double turbo, then he'll be down to only what, 3 double turbos, especially if he prized a double turbo. I gotta be honest, we're kind of banking on getting a Colress off this Pokégear. Yeah, this can happen with this version of the deck against the opponent that I played that had this version of the deck. They did nothing for a couple turns once, and it was very, very nice. But unfortunately, our opponent does get an Ultra Ball off the Genesect for 1. Mew does what Mew does, guys. It draws cards, and it just pops off another tablet down. So that's 2 power tablets. They would have to hit Switch, Boss, and Path. They do have the retreat. Retreat. Do you have the boss's orders and the path? They do not. That is 2 power tablets down. We are in business, people. So I just need a Colress and this Comfey, and we're kind of in there. Yeah. They only take 1 prize card here. We're going to promote this next Comfey. And we top deck an energy. That's not ideal, honestly. Let's flower selection. We find Parasol Balloon. I mean, we grab the balloon here. We don't necessarily need Parasol, so I think that's fine. Now, I do need to hit Colress off this Pokégear. Oh, there's 2 of them, too. Let's go. This will get me to 7. So we need Scoop Up Net. That's a lot of metal that is in our hand. We can always grab a switch as well. I don't mind having the switch. Let's grab these 3. And then we're going to start Mirage Gating and hoping we have a lot of our metals in the deck. So we got Fighting, Metal there. We're going to just pump out all of these Mirage Gates, baby. Fighting, Metal. Make sure we select the right one. Fighting here. Metal here. And then we can do our attach for turn over here and prep that Duraludon. I can always just attach an Air Balloon to the active. Or I could scoop it up. Let's just, because you gotta think about the prize trade here. We've got 3, 4, 5. So I guess we kind of need to scoop up both of these mons. Both of these other mons, right? Why don't we scoop up the E-turn since we don't really need it anymore? Put that down. Retreat into this bad boy. I guess I could throw off my last Mirage Gate, right? Do I have enough energy in my deck? No, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have any more metal, so there's no reason to throw out the Mirage Gate. And then we can just Primate Wisdom the boss. But like I said, one scary thing is he could definitely Psychic Leap me here. We're going to Pulverize. All right, we're going to get in there, man. Like I said, he might be holding on to a path to the peak, but even then, I mean, well, yeah, we don't have a way to bump it currently, so that could be a bit iffy. Cramomatic. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh no, there's the heads. Mew does what Mew does, guys. Here comes a path to the peak. That is a bit brutal. Now well, he could path to the peak, guys. Path to the peak and Psychic Leap. But maybe he'll retreat. If he retreats, I can always boss and chase it down. Judge, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Our hand wasn't incredible from the start. We get the Temple. Let's go. I'm insane. Now, we don't have our other metal, but Palpat's both the Roxanne and another Judge back into the list. I should have expected the Judge. This list plays multiple copies. Let's see. Another tablet. Okay, looks like our opponent is kind of going in. They judged us into the Temple of Sinnoh. Temple of Sinnoh is also super busted against Mew because it forces them to attach 2 double turbos to 1 Mew to attack. That is, of course, if it sticks. An Echoing Horn? Oh, come on. How many more Scoop Up Nets do I have? I got 3 Scoop Up Nets. Bro, I'm scooping up all these guys. You ain't gonna get a Comfey stuck, bro. Cramped? No. That's right. That's right. Not a chance. Now, of course, he can Max Miracle me and shred through my Skyscraper ability, but at the same time, that would potentially be a 3-hit KO, but there's a path to the peak. As expected, a little unfortunate. He retreats to the next one. I don't have my boss's orders to chase down this Mew. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I've got my Temple in my hand, so What do we get off the top? Our boss's orders. Dude, I'm just cracked. I am cracked. This is ridiculous. What? Okay. That should not have happened. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've got 2 nets in the deck. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna put out Temple. I'm gonna chase down this View VMAX. I guess I don't need to attach my energy elsewhere. I could Primate Wisdom, see an extra card. I don't know what good it would do me at the moment. I guess we can always Primate Wisdom. Since our opponent has Judging, we get the Scoop Up Net. Let's go. Get this Comfey out of play. Oh, our opponent is probably so mad. And we get 3 prizes here, which is ridiculous. There's our other Scoop Up Net. Oh my gosh, this is so dumb. And we get another Training Court in case he has Path? Bro. That's okay. We're just going to get judged again, guys. He's judging us. Boro guy is judging us from across the table. Keep it together, Michael. The game is not won yet, guys. The game is not won. He has a Lost City. That's not a path to the peak, my friends. Roxanne? Oh, that hurts. Oh, that's okay. Now, he is only doing 100 damage here. 110, so I guess he has perfect math for the KO. That is unfortunate now, isn't it? He could always Psychic Leap as well. Yeah, he does perfect math right now. That's unfortunate. That feels a little bad. Well, let's see if this Duraludon can take us home. I guess it all really depends on how many paths to the peak. What is multiple path to the peak? What is the plural form of path to the peak? Is it paths to the peak, or is it path to the peaks? Paths, the path? Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think is plural of path to the peak? How do you guys say it? I guess I could say he has multiple paths to the peak, but that's not as fun. Lost Vacuum. You gonna get rid of your own stadium? That's okay. Air Balloon is down. At this point, it doesn't really matter. I was planning on scooping that bad boy up anyway. New VMAX. That means there's no Psychic Leap play if we swing into this bad boy. All right, Cross Fusion Strike for a Techno Blast. Or not Techno Blast. Yeah, Max Miracle. Sorry. That is perfect math. He's down, what, 3 tablets. He's down to Silene as well, right? No, he's not down Silene, which means he can get that back. I don't like that. We top deck a Mirage Gate. Oh, that's unfortunate because I could have grabbed a... Well, that's okay. We have an energy here. I can always Primate Wisdom and see what we get. I'm really looking for a Colress here. Some way to... There's no way, dude. There's no way I'm just speaking this to life, right? What the heck, dude? And there's my last Scoop Up Net, by the way, guys. So I'm gonna pick this Comfey up out of play, and I refuse to believe that he plays another. Let's see, we got our last boss's orders in the deck, and we have the Seal Stone as well, guys. The Seal Stones. We have 2 outs to bosses left in our deck. I'm gonna Mirage Gate as well and thin extra energy out of my deck. Let's grab the 2 different kinds of energy that we do. Or else I guess we could go, in case he tries to maybe boss stall, but then he would just knock out our Oranguru, right? There's no way he plays hammers, but I guess I could load up the Guru just in case. This thins our deck out as well, another 2 cards, extra outs to getting our boss's orders. I mean, like I said, I refuse to believe that he plays 2 horns. There's no way. You know, guys, I'm not gonna lie, with the way this game is going, I feel like I'm just gonna top deck the boss. Like I said, it can be a bit iffy, especially if he finds another path to the peak, if he plays it. Like I said, he could also Silene and put the Path to the Peak back on top of the deck and then draw into it. Of course, he would have to find a way to thin his hand down because currently his hand is too big. He has the Silene. Okay, sure. Okay, only one heads. So I assume Path to the Peak is going on top, but he can't draw any cards yet, guys. He puts a Pow Pad back. Am I going to get Roxanne again? Maybe he has another Path to the Peak? You guys, this Duraludon is putting in the utmost work right now. Mew VMAX comes down so he can Psychic Leap. I don't like to see that. So he can draw that one extra card, so he can grab the Pow Pad, and he can put a couple cards back into the deck. Now, he might put Silene back, so he can potentially recycle more resources. Yeah, there's the Silene as well as the Roxanne. He can draw one additional card here, and that, we'll see what that draws him. I mean, a Roxanne doesn't really hurt me. I kind of prefer to be Roxanne here. He retreats, so he's choosing not to Psychic Leap. That's the smart decision. He's choosing to shred me with the non-damaged Mew VMAX. Okay. Bro, top deck boss every time. This is the most broken! What the heck? Oh my gosh! You're kidding me! Yo, are you guys seeing this? Oh my gosh, I'm just... I told you we'd do it! Yo! That is not okay! Sorry, headphone users, beware! Get out of my face, Mew! Broken deck alert, guys! What? Alright, let's get into it, man. This deck is so much fun to play. Alright, we are calling the coin flip here. I do lose. That is okay. We're going to be going second. Weirdly enough, lately, I've actually been choosing to go second with this deck. The main reason I'm choosing to go second is for the sole purpose that I get to see what my opponent is playing and then make an accurate decision about what VMAX Pokemon I want to put into play. Now, our opponent is playing a Lost Box flavor of the month, should I say. They're playing the Zamazentas, probably the Sky Seal Stones, as well as stuff like Raikou. But as I was saying, going second is really great because if my opponent, for example, leads something like Oranguru says Lost Box, but it also says Lugia. And in both of those matchups, you need completely different VMAX Pokemon. Against Lost Box, you need the Pika, and against Lugia, you need the Duraludon. So let's say you bench a Pika, and it just so happens to be Lugia, you might be in for a bit of a rough time. So that's why I kind of like going second with this version of the deck for sure. All right, our opponent is kind of popping with a few cards in the Lost Zone turn. They're getting at least up to, they're what, 3 now? Not too shabby. Escape Rope going back in with another Comfey, man. They are digging. I do have Battle VIP Pass myself, plus an Escape Rope, so I'm guaranteed to see, especially even off my top deck, I'm guaranteed to see 5 extra cards, which is very nice. So, I can also attach Retreat, so technically I could see 7 extra cards, which is very nice. Now, in this matchup, I'm inclined to grab out not just Flying Pika, Double Rope, broken deck alert, guys. Broken deck alert. I kind of want to get out Double Comfey. Is that crazy? That's definitely not crazy. Right? I kind of like that. Double Comfey, I've got Double Rope Retreat. I'm doing it, man. We're going in with all these Comfeys. So we got Battle VIP Pass. We're going to start off with our first flower selection. Quick Ball is amazing. That it gets me my Radiant Eternatus, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to thin it out of my deck right now. I'm going to get rid of the Duraludon because I don't need it. Both of my Flying Pikas are in the deck, but Espeon VMAX is prized. So, not super ideal. We're just going to push our opponent probably into another Comfey as we go into another one of our Comfeys as well. So, flower selection number 2. Ooh, we find the Colress' Experiment. Let's absolutely go. That's what we're looking for, baby. I'm going to rip the Colress right now. Guru's amazing. Colress for next turn. We can also grab the Quick Ball, or I think I just prefer the Energy at this point. I don't really need any of these other cards, so I guess what I'm really looking for here is a Scoop Up Net. Scoop Up Net would be pretty ideal, honestly, to get one of these Comfeys out of play. Don't need the Duraludon. Quick Ball it is! Alright, so we can just wait for next turn. We can go Radiant Eternatus, slap that down, and then I think I just go into the... Do I need 2 Flying Pikas? I think 1 will do the trick, right? He can always rope around me, but if he just ropes, I go into my single prize Pokemon. I think 1 Flying Pika, although I could do 2 since I don't have my Espeon right now. Let's do 2 Flying Pikas. Let's do 2. We're going with this. I have an energy attached from my hand for the following turn. I also have a Forest Steel Stone, which is absolutely phenomenal. We're up to 5 cards in the Lost Zone, going second. That's nuts. I really like going second with this deck, being able to Colress, see a lot of cards, and really go into the deck going second. Our opponent throws away a Mirage Gate. They're up to what? 5, 6, 7? They're up to 7. They can start Mirage Gating themselves. We do have a lot of Pokemon in play, so their Raikou can be a bit scary, quite frankly. Capture Energy goes there. They're probably going to get out Raikou. They don't have Boss in their hand. They don't got it like that. I'm scared. Hold me. I'm scared. So yeah, 1 Colress ourselves will get us up to Mirage Gate. If we need to, we can always use the Forest Steel Stone to grab us a Mirage Gate since we have the Lightning in hand ready to go. There's an amazing Raikou. He's able to net himself 2 prizes here, which can be pretty dang scary. We've been in worse situations. This is fine. Even if he takes 2 prize cards here, I mean, theoretically, I can just Scoop Up Net my last 2 Pokemon out of play and only leave Flying Pikas. Although, we'll see. We'll see what happens right now. I guess if I Guru down, he'd just take that one instead. So I guess it doesn't really matter all that much. We're pulling through this, guys. This is fine. You guys are worried. Stop worrying. Alright, switch card into the Raikou, and here we go. Oh no. Oh, he pokes at Pika. Okay. Not bad. I can always just promote the Pika right now. Although I could see a few extra cards with Comfey. But I don't have the immediate switch, although I could attach. I'm just going to promote the Pika. I could always just promote the damaged Pika, so if he tries to Escape Rope, I can just go out into... I think going into the damaged Pika is actually fine, although going into the fresh Pika is not the end of the world. Let's go fresh Pika. Fresh Pika for sure. Dang it, we top deck the balloon. I should have gone into... I guess I can always... Yeah, we'll see. So we're going to Colress's Experiment. I'm looking for Mirage Gates right now. Parasol is potentially good. I don't need Temple. We can grab Scoop Up Net and I guess Colress for next turn. So then we can just retreat into this. We can find a Mirage Gate. Ooh, no Mirage Gate. But we do find Boss's Orders. Probably better than Raihan in this situation. So we'll grab that. Looks like we're going to have to use our Forest Steel Stone. Star Alchemy to grab ourselves a Mirage Gate. That is okay, not the biggest deal in the world. Mirage Gate, we can go fighting. Actually, we don't need the lightning since we have the lightning in our hand. Yeah, let's just go fighting steel here. We'll get these 2 on. We have the lightning right here ready to go in our hand. And then we can just Scoop Up Net the Comfey. Oh, there we go. We'll go into the Pika now. I can attach the Parasol just in case, because our opponent is getting up there with cards in the Lost Zone. That's 5, 7, 8, so they can start using Lost Mine fairly soon. I guess I could have put Parasol on this one. I can always attach the balloon here as well. We can thin this Comfey out of our hand as well. I'm looking for those Scoop Up Nets, man. That's really what I'm looking for. And then we're going to throw off a Max Balloon. Take ourselves a KO. Alright, Flying Pika. Let's see what we can do. That is not what I'm looking for. But yeah, ideally, I want Scoop Up Net so I can scoop up both of these 2 Pokemon in a play. They're going for a Colress here, a big fat Colress. Yeah, I should have put Parasol here so he can't take the 3 prizes there. Bit of a misplay on my part. If only I was good at the game. Why do you guys watch me? I'm not good at the game. Oh, gosh. Our opponent has a big, fat hand right now. The Greninja could be interesting if they Mirage Gate to the Gren. Although they're down, what, 1 water, right? They're down a water there, so 1 Mirage Gate, 2, 3. They're down 3 Mirage Gates. That's a lot. And how many ropes? I'm sorry. Forgive me if I'm clicking around a whole bunch, but I would like to see what my opponent... They're down 1 rope. They probably have 1 or 2 more ropes left in the deck. If they rope, I go out into my E-turn potentially. I think I prefer to go out to E-turn because E-turn can't get KO'd by Cram. So I think E-turn's actually probably the pivot here if they do Escape Rope. Yeah, try and deny him the prize cards. And then I can look for a Scoop Up Net. Like I said, I want to scoop these out of play. I've got 3 nets still in my deck. Energy Recycler, okay. Putting all that energy back into his deck. Now we do have to worry about a late game Aqua Step. There's a rope. Okay, that's his 2nd rope. So, and here comes the Lost Mine. Alright, let's see. He might put 70 here and then put the rest there. No, he just goes all in on the Sableye. Okay. Temple of Sinnoh, not really going to do us much good, unfortunately. We can go Colress's Experiment. Scoop Up Nets and Gates are what we're looking for. Okay, we do find the Switch, which is fine. I can grab myself the Energy. Energy is probably the most important thing right now. We're gonna... Let's Mirage Gate first. We can Mirage Gate. We can go this and this, just so that we don't draw into it. We're gonna go this, and then we can attach our energy here. And then I switch into the Comfey. And then I already have the Air Balloon on it, so I can just manually retreat. Scoop Up Net. There's a Scoop Up Net, but there's also a Colress. 5, 4... If they take this, puts them on a 4, then they've got 3. I feel like I just need the Scoop Up Net. As crazy as that might seem, I'm going to retreat to the damaged Pika. And then we're going to Scoop Up Net the Radiant Eternatus. I can put out Temple, although like I said, I don't really think it does much for anybody here. But I can get it out of my deck. I don't have many cards left in deck. I still have 5 prizes to take. I do have to be a bit cautious here. We're just going to go for a max balloon. So, I guess at this point, we get a gear off the prizes, which is amazing. So we can potentially dig for that Colress in our last Scoop Up Net for sure. So this Flying Pika, the one that's damaged, is currently unable to be damaged, which is fantastic. So, we'll see if we can pull this thing off, man. This is where having this toolbox style deck really comes in clutch, because if you're playing Arc Dura here, I mean, the matchup is not exactly favorable for you, so... Our opponent also running low on cards, man. Yeah, I could gear Colress, although I don't have a Marnie or anything like that, so... Like I said, I gotta be really cautious. If I draw cards, then I need to take a knockout every single turn if I'm going to win the game. Because I see 5 cards, that gives me 4 turns to draw more cards. So I still technically could win. Well, no, if my draw for turn as well puts me down to 8, 5, yeah, very crazy. Ooh, D-Knight comes down. D-Knight can be a bit scary as well. I could potentially boss his orders and punch that Dragonite and try and get some damage on it. Looks like he might be using Mirage Gate this turn. He could also, like I said, have a rope. Rope would not be great. Although if he does rope, don't I just give him the Pika? Because if he damages the Pika, like I said, he takes 3 prizes. That puts him down to 2. Then I force him to go through this last one. If he has no way to go through the last Pika, we still could be set for success. Although I need the Pika with the Parasol, actually, to win the game. because I need to prevent Lost Mine. Although he can't attack with Lost Mine anyway, right? That's it. Oh, we find the Scoop Up Net, so I don't actually have to... Yes! Oh, let's go. I'm going to Scoop Up Net this Comfey out of play. Force him to go through both of these VMAXs. Although, like I said, I could have left it in play, because that would have... I think it's fine. I'm just going to get it out of play right now. Now, the question is, do I need to potentially punch into this Dragonite right now? It would really help me to KO it, just in case he ever decides to go into it again. I can always just go like this. I don't need... I mean, I could just attach my energy preemptively, but I don't need it. I'm just going to max Balloon. Yeah, man, I mean, slow and steady wins the race. So this is kind of the name of the game right now. We do get ourselves 2 whole prize cards off this now. How many bosses orders am I down? That's 1 boss. Did I lost one of my other boss earlier? I don't, so I still have another boss in my deck. So if he tries to run away, I could potentially... He has 0 cards in deck! Sir! Sir, you better Marnie! Ordinary Rada. I'm like, no, there's something in there. You gotta put something back for sure. Raikou, okay. Raikou goes back in, but which energy are you putting back in? You have to have the right energy if you're gonna Raikou again. But I mean, I guess he could damage my bench? I don't know, man. This can be the name of the game, though, for this deck. It can be a little slow sometimes, but I mean, this is exactly what the deck wants to do. He has to have another Mirage Gate here, or he can try and Shred, but Shred does, what, 50, 80? Oh no, he actually knocks me out with Shred. So, does Shred go through Max Balloon? Max Balloon prevents damage. Could he have used Shred there? I don't know. Oh no, it says, I guess... Well played. Looks like our opponent has conceded the victory. Heart, well played. We net ourselves 2 additional prize cards here. I mean, Espeon VMAX is here a little too late, but looks like these flying Pikas are gonna be able to make it work. Let's see if our opponent has anything else here. Abra, what you got? You got anything spicy in there? Although, like I said, if he did Shred and take these 3 prize cards, he still has to go through another Pika with a Parasol. The Pika with the Parasol. That'd have to be a big umbrella if it's under this chonky boy. Look at how many balloons. Yeah, that would have to be an enormous umbrella, and that's the scoop. Let's go, baby! I mean, between the first and the second game, we were able to showcase why having both VMAXs in this deck as potential attackers is so beneficial. I think this deck is a ton of fun to play. I highly encourage you guys to try this list out yourself. I'll have the deck list down in the description below. And if you guys like the video, drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.